Good morning and welcome. It's been about close to 2 months that I've been part of this challenging endeavor that a group of philanthropists have put together. And we have all been knocking our heads to find the path to reach that goal. So when we looked at the school of creativity, a lot of ideas started crossing our minds because we have heard of school of architecture and we have heard of school of design and school of performing arts. But then when we looked around and said, why can't all these things be put together under a school of creativity? What comes to my mind when I start thinking about the school of creativity, let me give you a perspective. And please understand that I'm an economist and an administrator. But I've always felt that if you cannot see the future, you will ruin your present when you reach there. It is our ability to see beyond the horizon that is really going to matter and define everything. So let me paint a picture of the future 2 decades from today, because that's so relevant in order for us to design what we are going to do and how we are going to train the next generation of people. So there are major changes that are taking place. Great advances in technology, and Mike referred to artificial intelligence and augmented intelligence. But we are moving beyond that, even developing ability to master the space and the universe. In the next one decade, it is my visualization that we'll see major technological advances that are going to happen, which will result in complete reorganization of the social structures in the societies that we live in. So what are some of those things that are going to happen? Think about it. Self-driven cars and trucks are a reality within the next 10 years. DNA testing is going to be like blood test. Therefore, my employer knows whether I should get health insurance or not. What repercussion does it have on society? You'll probably be able to have designer babies, where you can choose the color of the hair, the eyes, the height, and maybe you can choose the brain of Einstein. These are real possibilities. Solar energy is a major. How about virtual offices? Are corporate offices going to disappear? Possibly yes, because you may not need corporate offices. And people could be working from anywhere, every time, 24 hours. Work is going to be measured by your ability to perform the task in a given time rather than where you are doing it from. This will happen. We can go even beyond that. There is a great possibility that in the next 10 years, we could be going to moon for tourism. And in the next 30 years, we could have colonized the Mars. That's the advances in science and technology that are going to take us to that place. It is estimated that about 50% of the jobs that exist today will not exist in the next 10 years only, not 20 or 30 years. And some people always use this to inject a sense of fear of technology, that these jobs are going to be obsolete. and that they will be replaced by robots who will be doing most of the work, because it's artificial intelligence and machine language that will dominate everything. However, the reality is that only the nature of jobs will change. Equal number of jobs will be created which will require high degree of skills, which will be more rewarding jobs where people will be paid more. And economic growth will be at a very, very fast pace. But here is the catch. All jobs today or in the future cannot be automated. You can automate jobs which are technical in nature, but you will never be able to automate jobs which are creative in nature. Because irrespective of the degree at which we take artificial intelligence, we are not going to be able to create emotions and the ability to think and the conscience into a machine. And that's where the difference is going to be made. A machine can only do what you program it to do, but the creative side will be required to decide what is to be programmed. And who is going to serve the robots? These are machines that will need people with different kind of skills to maintain them. So you'll have jobs there. But let's look around in the world. United States, Vienna, London, Paris. What is one thing that is common about these cities? There is a great sense of creativity in these places. And it's continuing to rise. And it is continuing to rise because of the ability to generate wealth. Wealthy societies always tend to move towards artistic appreciation. So people want to go for an opera, they want to go for a concert, they want to go to theater, they want to listen to good things because they have the ability to afford it. And as our affordability rises, there will be higher and higher demands for areas which are part of the creative industry. So in my belief, the future is going to be dependent on creativity and innovation. Natural resources will deplete, and it will be replaced by creativity as the biggest human resource that the world has ever witnessed. It's a matter of time. This will lead to new patterns of economic growth, which is going to be fueled by creativity. The process has already taken root even in India. And businesses continue to increase the value that they place on creativity. So if that's the future that we are going to be faced, ladies and gentlemen, how do we train the next generations who are going to be living in that world? That's the critical question for us today. We will have no option than to shift gears and place higher emphasis on creative industry to support our future growth. It's not a choice anymore. It is a necessity. So how should we educate and train the future generations? Well, given the centrality of creativity in the new economy today and the future, we as educators must ask ourselves if we are doing all we can to promote the development of creative minds among our students. And if you put your hand on your heart, and ask that question to yourself, the answer is no. We haven't done it, and we are not doing it. The School of Creativity is going to change that landscape. That's our goal. So how do we go about? Should creativity be part of the curriculum, irrespective of the school, irrespective of the discipline? The fact is, that's the only way out. Either we accept it, and we accept the change as it is coming, or someday that change is going to be thrust upon us and we will have no choice. It is for us who come from the creative industry and the educators now to stand up and say, enough is enough. Let's be partners in this change process. I can't do it alone. I cannot do it without the industry. I need the support of the industry. I need the support of every educator who is willing to bring about that change, to design something different for the future of this nation. That's where our growth is going to be. Thank you so much for coming today, and I hope I will have your support in moving forward. Thank you.